welcome back to another YouTube video. Today's video is about how to dress like a fashion blogger, and I think that this is such a fun topic, how to dress like a fashion blogger. I mean, especially in the world that we live in today, with everyone scrolling through Instagram and getting inspired by all the different fashion looks, and especially with Fashion Week that we just had, just how do people do it? How do they look so fashionable and chic on camera? And this is something that actually took me a little while to figure out. I mean, like years to actually kind of nail down and figure out. If you guys don't already know, or you don't already follow, I have an Instagram account called The Fashion Squirrel, and I post outfit inspiration on there. I like to go all around the city, mostly here in Soho, and just take fashion pictures. I actually take the pictures by myself. I don't have a photographer, so I just go out on the streets with my tripod, which, side note, if you want to know kind of more about how to do that, I did make a video, which I'll link. But yeah, sometimes when you start taking photos, you'll be like, why isn't this coming out the same way why doesn't it look the same way? And I mean, taking the photo itself is one thing, but actually what you're wearing in the photo, there's very specific things that you can do to just make it stand out, make the photo stand out and like, wow, just based on what you're wearing, which is what we're going to focus on today. And also, I'm just going to add in here, I feel like it goes without saying at this point, but this is also very much a generalization, so this isn't all fashion bloggers at all. There's plenty of fashion bloggers that I follow and that I see that are very successful that do just like jeans and a plain top every single day. But this is just like, you know, if you want to take it up a notch and you're walking down the street and someone's like, whoa, that girl is definitely a fashion blogger, these are the things that you need to know. Or even if it's that you're not trying to be a fashion blogger in any way, maybe you just want to elevate your style a little bit, or you want to elevate your Instagram photos a little bit, these are some tips and tricks that will help you. So I have 8 tips and tricks to share with you on how to dress like a fashion blogger. Tip number 1 is to pick a statement piece. And a statement piece is what's really going to stand out. When you see fashion photographers, street photographers on the street who are taking photos at Fashion Week, they're always looking for people wearing bright colors or people wearing something interesting. So that could be a bright color, or it could be a really flowy skirt. So that's why you also see a lot of fashion vlogger, YouTube girls will look for these big, beautiful dresses and ball gowns, because when you're taking photos, you can just flick the dress and or do a twirl and then the dress will spin. It just adds interest to the photo. So I'm gonna give 2 examples here. So one is a photo where I'm wearing something very, very plain and just average blah. And then you have a photo where you're wearing something that's more of a statement piece, and you can just see the difference between those 2 photos as to just how the clothing, the movement, the color, the boldness really adds something nice to the photo. Tip number 2 is to finish it off with jewelry. I don't know how many times I've seen someone wear a beautiful outfit, it's almost perfect, but like the little icing on the cake is just missing. That little cherry on top, the finishing touch is missing. And it took me a long time to figure this out, because I think I've even mentioned on my channel before that I just never really was a jewelry person until I started really studying what was it that just made these other girls' outfits look complete, and it was the jewelry, whether they were wearing an earring, bracelets, necklaces, rings, whatever it was, it just completed it. And there's so many, like, you could get very, very, very nice jewelry that you could wear every single day as your staple, or you could change it up for every single look. Regardless, at the end of the day, it's the details that make all the difference, and sometimes we don't even realize that these subtle little things make such an impact on the overall look. Tip number 3 is layering. So if you think your outfit's done, adding a little jacket over your shoulders. I don't know what it is, but the fashion bloggers love to just not put their arms through the jackets and just have them over their shoulders and just kind of sit there like, you know, I don't know what it is, but when I see a girl like that, something about it is like, whoa, that looks really cool and that is really chic, and I'm gonna do that too. When I worked at Saks Fifth Avenue, as you guys know, I did marketing. A lot of the girls that came to work were super fashionable, and I remember in like 2018 when I was there, that was when this started to become more of a thing, was like girls just putting it over their shoulder, and girls used to always come into work with even just like a denim jacket. They would just put it over their shoulders and just sit at their desk like do-do-do. And yeah, so in a photograph, having a jacket too just adds a little bit of interest. You can kind of have it over your shoulders, and then your hands are kind of right here and you're holding your little handbag. So yeah, so adding just like a little jacket over your shoulders, so layering. And then you can also layer with something else as well. Like, it doesn't have to be a jacket, it could be a blazer. So blazers, I know, are a really big thing. Or like a cardigan. I love cardigans more because I have a very, very feminine, girly style. So if you're wearing like a cute little dress in the spring or the summertime, especially if it's spaghetti strap and you get a little cold, you know, layering a cardigan on top of that and just do. I keep doing this in this video, like, I know you can't see my hands, but they're down, like, you know what I mean? They're like down like this. Tip number 4 is to add a good handbag. When you're taking photos especially, the handbag gives you something to do with your hands when you're posing. Like, especially if you're not someone who's used to modeling, because when you're a fashion blogger, you're literally modeling like all the time. And us regular girls, we didn't like go to model school or like learn how to model, but so it can feel a little bit awkward in the very beginning. So if you have a handbag or something, that gives you something to hold on to. Also, it adds movement to the photo. So when you're walking, I know a lot of people like to do like those movement shots where they're walking, and while they're walking, they'll just swing their handbag, and it adds a little bit of movement to the photograph. Also, it adds color. So a lot of people like to do a little pop of color on their handbag. So if your outfit is really bland, kind of just like not many statement pieces on your outfit, your statement piece could be your bag, and that could add some interest to the photo as well. Also, handbags are really great for close-up shots and flat lays. So if you're at a cute cafe, you can put the handbag on the table and take a picture of it with your cute little croissant or your food or your lipstick or your sunglasses on the table, and then you have your cute handbag there as well. Then tip number 5 is adding sunglasses. Even in the winter time, sunglasses can make an outfit just add something else. Kind of coming back to the jewelry tip, is just that one little extra thing that adds the finishing touch, the details that make it all pull together. Having sunglasses just adds something cool. I mean, I don't really wear sunglasses that often, but these tips aren't about me. These are just in general fashion bloggers. But wearing sunglasses, just like I said, adds that nice little touch. It looks very cool as well. There's so many different shapes you can play with. You can get bigger sunglasses, cat eye sunglasses, like different brands and different little like widths on the side. It just makes a chic look. And there's something about sunglasses that are just cool. I think it has something to do with back in the early 2000s when we always used to read those like magazines with celebrities in them, and you would see like a paparazzi took a photo of them and they'd be wearing sunglasses trying to like be incognito and like nobody to recognize them, and they're just going to the grocery store or whatever. And then it started to be like, oh, like all these celebrities are wearing sunglasses to hide themselves. Like, oh, I'm wearing sunglasses, I'm someone important, and I'm hiding myself. I feel like, does anyone else remember this from like the early 2000s? Yes, I feel like there's just something cool about sunglasses, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Tip number 6 is adding a bold lipstick. A lot of what we've been talking about is fashion related, but makeup is important too, as far as just making things pop in a photo. And a lot of people, when you say add a bold lip, everyone thinks of red. You know, your brain automatically goes to, oh, I'm gonna add a red lip. It doesn't have to be red at all. There's so many other great bold colors out there. When I first started the fashion squirrel, my like signature bold lip was this bright fuchsia pink, and I still have it. I absolutely love it. It's called like Breathing Fire or something from MAC. And I put it on, and I remember my boyfriend was with me and he's like, you just look chic in that. And I'm like, yeah, something about the color, the fact that it's just bold and not everyone else is going to do it. I mean, the whole, like at the end of the day, all of these tips are just doing something different from just the average everyday person, because no one's gonna care what you're doing if you're just doing the same thing as everyone else. They want to know what you're doing because it's something different, something that they haven't seen before. And like everything else, a bold lip adds interest to the photograph. It adds that pop, and especially if you're doing a close-up, something just like right here, not a full-length outfit, then your lipstick will really pop. I've recently loved playing around with more matte, kind of like pastel colors, like pastel peaches and pinks and like very soft reds. Tip number 7 is switching to heels. Now this is also a detail that I didn't notice that much, but just since living in New York and being surrounded by fashion bloggers all the time, especially during fashion week when, you know, everyone's here and everyone's like, you know, doing it, that a lot of people wear heels. And I always thought, you know, I'm like, so you know, so much more comfortable in flats, like ballet flats or sneakers, just something that doesn't have a heel, because it's easier to walk, your feet don't hurt. Heels do make your legs look longer, and they add so much more interest to the photo. I think I've said interest to the photo a lot of times in this video, but that's because it's true. I mean, that's kind of, at the end of the day, if you're doing a fashion blog, you're taking photos or doing, you know, YouTube stuff, but they make the outfit look more chic, more put together, more elegant, especially if you're wearing a dress. Just, you know, having heels is just makes your legs look better than a flat does. I mean, either way, but I'm just saying, you know, this is all generalizations. And then tip number 8, I feel like this is the most obvious, the most easy and easy to replicate, is adding a hair accessory. Whether it's a big oversized hair clip, a headband, a scrunchie, a silk hair scarf. Having something in your hair also adds a little thing as well. I don't really know. I kind of feel like the oversized hair clip is out at this point because it was one of those things that a couple seasons ago everyone was doing, and then I feel like it was one of those things that came in really quickly and then went out. Although I love the hair clip thing because I have really fine hair, so I really need to add something to my hair. So I'll probably keep doing it anyways. But, you know, Jennifer Behr, Lily do really fun hair accessories, and at the end of the day, I don't think it's something that's going to be going away, because like hair accessories have been a thing for a very long time. But I just mean, you know, that one specific pearl hair clip that everyone was wearing. But yeah, adding a hair accessory is, at the end of the day, really cute and something different. So that is it. That is all 8 tips to dress like a fashion blogger. I hope that you found this interesting, whether you want to do fashion photography, you know, start taking photos, or if you just want to elevate your everyday outfits. I think that these are some fun fashion tips. So yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, definitely don't forget to subscribe for more videos and check out the Fashion Squirrel as well over on Instagram. And hopefully I will see you guys next time. Bye!